Captain, we're detecting strange signals on the screen. It appears we've been hosted.
Everything that has transpired has done so according to my design. It was I who allowed your rebel friends to subscribe to your channel.
Well, heyo everyone, and welcome. I'm your friend Art of Mana, and let's dive into this 332nd stream, where I am, of course, still recovering from whatever, this whole thing is, and I've got my cup of tea. In fact, why don't I even show you? This is my cup of tea. Whoa, it's kind of greenish, so it's a little odd there, but this is my cup of tea. Yep, let's take a sip. Yep. Ah, tasty. A little chamomile for the evening to soothe that savage cold. In any event, yes, I know, I can't believe it. 332 streams is a lot of streams, Not a Crafty username. And speaking of Not a Crafty username, Nada, thank you so much for 16. Wait, no. Was it 16? 16 months in a row of subscribing. What? That's amazing. Please, everyone, if we could get just some hearts and hype in the chat for Nada. Throw whatever emote you'd like to use down there. I'd like to share a little gratitude with Nada, who has been so supportive. As I mentioned, look, you can see that little red badge, right? Obviously, Nada has been very generous to me and to everything that we've been doing here, and I so appreciate it. And I also just want to thank everyone who tuned in, because, showing up early encourages me for sure. Thanks for being here. Thanks, MS Gamer, for being here. Emrys, we've got Scooter and Artelia, and Ruby Doe, and I just appreciate all of you being here alongside Nada, of course, and myself. And yes, it means a lot to me. 16 months, I know, so many months, Nada. So I am getting over a cold, as you can hear for sure. Tonight I'm going to be doing a couple of things. Now, I'm going to be streaming two very different games, two games I've never played, and I've certainly never streamed. And the first is a game called Superflight. Now, this is an experiential type game, I'd like to call it. It's more about the experience than the game mechanics per se. So I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get there. The second is going to be Horizon Chase Turbo, which is going to be an arcade-style racer. And this one I've had my eye on for a long time. It's coming to the Switch. So yes, I'm really excited for that. I think with both these games, they're going to have a real sense of speed, and that's kind of the connection that I made and why I put the two together. Also, Superflight is meant to be more of a pick up and play in short spurts kind of game, so I didn't think it would be appropriate to do a full 2-hour stream with Superflight. So I think that's maybe a little bit of background there. I'll talk a little more about Superflight and the developers in a moment. I do want... Oh, Not a Crafty username says, longest subscribed but probably has the least watch time of all your followers. Whoops, I get busy. I get it, Nada. I've been humbled actually recently in talking to a few people who have been longtime patrons or subscribers or just generous in general in financial contributions to this channel, and with no thought of anything more than me trying the best that I can with all of this, and no expectations beyond that, and often you and they aren't able to be here in person, and I don't know, it's something that I'm starting to try to become more comfortable with, because clearly there's some value that you see, and there's something in what I do that you want to support, and I don't want to get into this habit of thinking like I'm not worthy of it, or what I'm doing isn't worth it, if that makes sense. But then I have these feelings of like, oh my gosh, like, what are you getting out of this? And I can't help but think that, and yet I don't know if that's the healthiest thing. I want to take a moment actually and just talk a little bit about streaming really quickly. I will be brief. I actually I've been trying to put my thoughts together, as with many things I attempt to do or want to do. Sometimes I decide after I initially put a lot of time and effort into it, maybe it's not the right thing. Maybe I won't go that route. But I intend to put some kind of video together. And share an update of sorts with all of you, because there's a lot of things going on in my life and in my streaming and where I want to go. Earlier, I mentioned a Catch-22 is streaming because a few people said, including MS Gamer, you know, man, I can be here right now for an evening stream, and Emerus said, I can be here. It's late for me. The Catch-22 is, you know, obviously I'm on the West Coast. This is the time I have. I am, you know, a husband, a father, a full-time employee. All of these things take up most of my day. And the fact that I can carve out this 8 hours a week that's actually a lot of time when you think about it. And that's kind of what I've gotten up to, which is pretty ridiculous. It takes a lot. That's 8 hours a week of being live, and then there's all the prep work that goes into it. There's all the behind the scenes stuff. There's all the other projects and side projects that I'm investing time in. So it's pretty, and that's why I think I'm becoming more okay with the realization that yes, I am putting work into this, and to see it thrive, I'm okay with people who want to support that. Like, that's awesome. It would be amazing. I'm just gonna throw this out there, a little spoiler alert, but it would be amazing to see this become more than a side hobby sort of thing. So I am gonna be working on that, and I don't know where that's gonna take me for sure, and I'll share more in the video, but it is going to require more time, but maybe time that could be at better time zones for a lot of people. I mean, I even know a lot of the West Coast people are going, I'm tired, I want to go to bed. So that's kind of where I'm at. But it's an up and down kind of thing. I mean, there are months where I look at stats and numbers and viewership and income, and I go, oh my gosh, I can make a crack at this. And I'm gonna share this now and make of it what you will. And I don't mean to burden any of you or appear to be guilting you into any kind of donation or whatnot, but funds are a little bit down this month, not gonna lie. I think for a multitude of reasons. I have been sick. I was gone for a good portion of the month for personal reasons, so it's a little bit tough, but I'm not quite. I'm about $25 away from a Twitch payout this month. And if you don't know, basically Twitch, if you don't reach $100 threshold, then you basically, your income gets rolled into the next payout. So the next time that you reach that $100 threshold is when you get the payout. So it's kind of a weird system, and it's also part of why I do prefer Patreon, because it's a continual sort of thing that is every month. You know the day it's going to come in. You can track very easily what your revenue is. And again, I'm kind of delving into some territory that I probably shouldn't. That's not what I wanted to do at the start of the stream. I'm probably losing some of you. I apologize. And I am going to include some of this, maybe all of this, in the upcoming video. Maybe it's just because I've been working these ideas out in my head that I'm sharing them now and maybe thinking out loud with them. But yeah, you know, with Patreon, it is really nice to know that kind of steady income, and then I can
Thanks. That's generous.
There we
Less
go.
than 3.
Evil Guy, thank you so much for those 300 bits. Actually, I think I lied. $26 is what we're at. So at $23 to go for the end of the month. Evil Guy, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. All of the money that I do bring in right now with streaming, it's not anything to live off of. It's not anything to quit my day job over, but it is money I put back into streaming in various ways. But some focus is coming. Some focus because I have a lot of ideas that have not come to fruition yet. So that's the plan. Anyway, I'm so sorry to have totally derailed there. I want to talk about Superflight. So, ready? Let's go. And here is... I was wondering about that. I was gonna say, I was like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure 300 should be a song. Yeah. Why did we just get the sound effect? Okay, broken stream is broken. Broken streamer, broken stream. Evil guy, shoot me a topic. I'm going to, even with this, I'm gonna sing you a little song, alright, my friend? You did win something. You won, evil guy. Pick a topic. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my my instrument here, and we're gonna make up a song on the spot. One moment, please, everyone. We'll be right back. Oh my goodness. One high 30. Welcome in. Fudge Noodle Stick Arms. I missed your intro. Okay. Fudge Noodle Stick Arms indeed. So evil guy, yes, I've got the ukulele right here. And if you want to give me a little topic, I'll do a short little song. Real quick one tonight. Because I'm not feeling great. But that's what we're going to do. In the meantime, I'm going to just share a little bit about Superflight, and then we'll get to that song. So, Superflight, oh, I love it. Never mind, we're good. We've got our topic. Let's sing about how great sleep is. Let's go ahead and do that. That sounds like a wonderful thing. We're going to go ahead and break it down with some sweet tunes. And let's sing a little bit about sleep. Let's see. Sleep, it's a beautiful thing. It makes me sing, for I love to sleep. Oh, I love to sleep. Almost more than I enjoy a good sleep, or like to go and take a shower. Oh man, I'll pick a flower and I'll dream of sleep. Oh, I really love to sleep. Oh, I really love to sleep. There we go. I don't know. That's the thing right there. What are these? Wait. Oh. Okay. All right. Note to self. I really debated on whether or not I wanted to say anything. I'm just going to throw that out there. I really debated on whether or not I wanted to say anything about the money thing, because it's an awkward topic intrinsically. Thank you so much. We just had a generous pledge of patronage, and I'm going to just real quickly pull that up. I don't show the name on here. This is something that I've decided not to do because primarily I want to protect people's identity. A lot of people use their real name in Patreon. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there just to mention. And sure enough, I don't recognize the name here. So thank you to our newest patron. And if you do want to share, of course, you're welcome to. And thank you so much. Okay, let's talk about Superflight, because holy moly, thank you. Oh, jeez. Anyway. Okay. Sorry, I think I might be a little broken. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's transition. Ready? So, boop, 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 boop. Okay, I'm good. Emma says, I guess you can buy more tea now. Perfect. Awesome. Speaking of which, I'll take a sip. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this game, and then we're going to dive in. Okay. So this is Superflight. It is a kind of a cool thing. It's billed as an intense, easy-to-learn wingsuit game with an infinite number of beautiful procedurally generated maps. All right, so you fly in a wingsuit through colorful mountainscapes, right? And you try to score as many points as possible by pulling off risky maneuvers. So it's a voxel-style game, a lot like Minecraft. You can kind of see back there, it's very boxy. So pretty cool. Grizzly Games is the developer. Now, Grizzly Games is actually a very small but passionate team of 3 students, and they were mentored. Now, they're from Germany, and so they're 3, oh gosh, I don't think I'm going to attempt their full names, but Frederman Shahrir, and Paul. Thanks, Paul, for having a name I can pronounce. And then some coaches, including professors from the school, the University of Applied Sciences in Berlin. So this was developed during the 3rd semester of their bachelor program. And I'm telling you right now, what I've seen, I've been impressed. The game is $3 on Steam. Let's see if it is worth it. I am going to be playing with my trusty controller. It does say it's best with that. I've got my volume, I think, at an appropriate level. We're good on the settings. I will point out one little thing I would kind of want to tweak or suggest. Look up there. The high scores and the best combos have run into one another. Kind of rough. Oh yeah, this is the Logitech F310 is what this controller is. I like this controller for gaming on the PC. I think it's a good controller. I don't know what this all means. Let's just dive in. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Oh, all right. Ooh. Oh! Well, it says congrats on my first crash. Fly close to the walls, get points. Fly through holes and stuff, get more points. I've got it. Let's try that again. Yeah, so the game itself. Ooh, what's this, huh? Oh boy. Oh, Nelly. Whoa. Whoa. Oh! This is not at all what I expected. Now, this game is really, they say it's designed to be played in small spurts. It's meant to just sort of be enjoyed as a pick up and play. So far, I'm starting to get the feel of the controls. You know what? Not what I was expecting. It is more of a glider. It is more of a gliding game than a flying game, which I'm telling you is not what I thought this game was going to be about. That said, boy oh boy, do I think I love it. Yeah, this is cool. Now, oh, does that mean I didn't? Oh, you have like 1 life to live here, my friends. So you are losing altitude. And it seems like the idea is you got to make the most of your height and speed, and so not do what I did last time and just dive bomb to the end. But look, high score of 908. I like this. Falling with style. Fizzbolts, you're exactly right. You are exactly right. Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful game. Fizz, how are you doing today, my friend? And actually, I want to just shout out Fizzbolts, another streamer here. Just an awesome streamer and friend. And I've been really excited seeing the results of her stained glass creative streams lately. Also doing some exciting new things with Minecraft. And so if you want to check out a really good, really positive streamer, I really do encourage you to check out Fizzbolts. And of course, she's a mana mod to boot. So what does she not do? I posit you that. Oh, Nelly. Oh, the points. Oh. Oh, I just got an achievement. C to the Umbo. Nice. And Zershade, hello. So yeah, you do apparently lose altitude here. Wow. Zershade says wait for it. Oh my gosh. All right, let's try this again. That was a good one though. That was a really good round. All right, so what I need to do... Oh, snap. Oh. Okay, that was a small hole to attempt to fly through there. Okay. Oh, I don't know what these purple things do. Shall we find out? I'm a little nervous. The cake was a lie achievement. You go through a portal and you go to another map. What? Shout out Fizzbolts. Sip of tea. Evil guy goes, I see what you did there, game. Well then. Okay, and so then we start on the same map. Oh, should we try it? Should we try it again? Oh no, oh! I thought this was going to be relaxing. Silly mana. Oh, verticality. Okay. Oh, man. Pull up. Okay. All right, not bad. Oh my gosh. I gotta tell you, this is fun. This is really fun. Okay, I definitely don't think we're going to get a lot of play out of this. Ooh, look at that. Raking in the gold. Oh, let's try. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just talk about this for a moment. Okay, let's go through the portal. No, let's not go. Can't do it. Can't do it. Oh, this is great. I love this game. This game is $3 on Steam. I'm gonna just do an early thumbs up for me. I would say for the price of a coffee, you are getting a really simple but really enjoyable game. I could see myself spending a little too much time with this. It is really nice. I love the ambiance. Oh, that was not the hole I thought it was. Okay. Why does this make me think of the wing cap from Super Mario 64? Scooter says, I know, right? They suggest a controller. It does have analog support, which I think is the reason why. Now, I don't know. Let's take a look at settings real quick. Gameplay. I don't see an option for keyboard and mouse, but I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Ooh, sorry, I need to put a little oil on that squeaky drawer there. Let's just attempt. Let's see if I use enter. Back. Here we go. Play. And yes, WASD works just fine, and in fact, yeah, I mean, you're not going to have the same level of precision because you're going to have to tap, and you don't get the analog, small, detailed inputs. But yes, I'm using WASD right now. This is very doable. In fact, it does feel like they put a little... Whoa! Not bad. It seems like they put... I'm going to try it one more time, see if we get a little farther. Seems like they put some good time into optimizing it for the use with a keyboard. Because, yeah, very clearly, you're getting a downgrade in precision, but I think they have the sensitivity dialed in. Now, I think, I'll double check on this too. I think on the menu it did have an option. We'll see sooner rather than later. I think it did have an option for, yeah, there you go, the sensitivity. I bet if you dial that in even more with your keyboard and mouse, you could do it. You can invert the X and Y axes. Don't know why you would do the X axes. Seems like that would be not smart. What is Zen mode, I wonder? Maybe that's not gonna... Achievement unlocked, Flying Monk. Okay. Let's play... What is this? Does it just mean that you're not getting any points and it doesn't really... It doesn't do anything if you crash? Let's see. Nope. Okay, crashing does that. So what does Zen mode do? Oh, it doesn't score points? Oh, okay. It takes away all of the sound effects, so you can just enjoy the experience. A Scooter says, I think I want to take a clip of you playing this and then add in the wing cap theme and send it to you. Please, Scooter, that's awesome. So the last two times, FizzWolts, I used WASD on the keyboard, just the keyboard, and just those 4 buttons. The first few times and the last time, I have been using the controller, and I'm gonna stick with the controller. I'm also I kind of like, yeah, I kind of like the input or the feedback the game gives me in non-Zen mode. I could see though that if I got really good at the game, I might consider playing in Zen mode, or if I just wanted to enjoy this as an experience and relax and not actually play for anything else. This is really cool. Let's try and find another portal, because there are other maps. And speaking of, portal hype. Let's go for a high score here, my friends. What if we thread the needle? Oh, bad idea. Achievement unlocked of not bad. Cool. Jakul, hello. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Do a barrel roll, Naughty says. Now, none of the other buttons... Oh. I suppose A on the controller, if you're using Xbox inputs, resets your game. So, let that be noted. Oh! What? Oh! Oh my gosh, I just got an achievement that said close call. That was not bad. Emrys says, very interesting game. I'm enjoying this. Chrono, hello. I dig it. I don't know what to say. I dig it. Let's see if we can find one more portal. I think we'll switch over to racing after this. Unless you want to see more of this, let me know. I'm definitely okay with playing more of this, but I fear it might be getting a little bit stale. I don't know. It's me crashing a lot. But then maybe you like that. Oh yeah, Nada says that was some skill. Rare that I would have skill involved with my gameplay, but oh, portal. Okay. Now, is this the first level? Sure looks like it. Okay. So you get points for just flying close to walls and flying in little little rock formations. Oof. It probably looks a little bit easier watching, because the thing you have to remember is that you're pretty limited in your movement. You can't really steer. It's definitely a hang gliding type game, and with that in mind, I might draw a connection with Pilot Wings and the hang glider modes in that, which it's not exactly like that, but I do love Pilot Wings and the hang glider mode. Colonel, I'm doing all right. Of course, you can probably hear in my voice, still getting over this cold. But how are you doing, my friend? What is new? Okay, oh boy. Oh! Let's see. I want to know what you all want me to do. I could probably play this a few more rounds. But oh! I wonder what options there are. I guess you just have to sort of memorize the landscape somewhat. But yeah, look at the graphics. I mean, the character looks really cool. I've got a few games, honestly, that I want to share. I'm at Superman 64. It's still the best flying game ever made. Nada says, oh my gosh, that's funny. What, Scooter?
I normally don't pay for bits due to low income, but gosh darn it, you're worth it. Now you're in the teens. Scooter free Hyper Chaser.
Scooter, thank you so much. I know that is incredibly generous. 525 bits from you, my friend. I know, I understand, totally and completely the you know, and I don't want anyone to do anything that they can't afford. But thank you so much for that. You get a song on the topic of your choice, my friend. I'll happily do that as I take a sip of tea and try and soothe my throat. Wow, thank you so much. City Skyline stream, Nada says, cough, cough. Well, I'll tell you what, that might be the perfect place to transition to the new game. I mean, I would think. So I'll grab the ukulele here and we'll just play a song for Scooter. Excuse me. Yes, we're in the teens to a Twitch payout this month. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Scooter says, Nada, you picked a great topic. Superman 64. Oh my gosh. All right. Here's oh gosh, that is funny. All right. I'm gonna need a little bit of assistance here. Let me pull up Superman 64 review. Here's the honest truth is I have never played Superman 64. This is a game that many people consider the worst of the N64 library. I find that somewhat hard to believe, but there it is. It's gotten it's gotten some bad reviews. Let's do this here. Okay, so I don't have a lot to go off of, so I pulled up the review from IGN. Superman 64, let's throw it out the door. Oh, Superman 64 is bad. Nobody really knows how bad it is unless they've played it. Oh, my friend, and if you played it, then you know. Flying through onion rings, well, hey, that seems to be the thing. Well, it's an endless flyer through those onion rings of doom. Well, don't you know? Superman 64, it steals the show for worst graphics on the end of Nintendo. Oh, I've been told, unfortunately, Superman is not saved by its eye-popping graphics. I can only assume eye-popping's bad. Oh, I wouldn't expect it to be good on this game. No, it's super bad. The game has this very rushed and careless feel about it. It overflows into its visuals. In a smothering field of fog sits Metropolis, and Superman can fly up into the fog or down into the fog straight ahead. Meanwhile awaits more fog. Fog, 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 fog. This game's really bad. I tell you, you probably shouldn't play it. Oh, but if you do, you'll be like my friend Scooter, who confirms it's not good. It's not good. Oh my gosh. All right, my friends. There you have it. There you have it. The developer only made that game, Scooter says. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Scooter loves it. Wow, oh wow, and the clapping. Thank you, Nada. I will busk for you all anytime, any day. Thank you so much. All right. Here's the deal, y'alls. I'm going to pop in the other Scooter says that song has more value than the whole game video, the whole game combined. Oh, that's sad and funny. I'm going to quit out of Crashed. I like it. I think it was a good game. So it gets a vote for me. I need to excuse me for a moment as I just adjust things on my monitor. Because one of the things that I have to do when I am streaming multiple games, I have this monitor here. I switch between the DVI input on my gaming computer and the HDMI, which I use as my second screen for streaming, and I have to set up a few things with it, so I'm going to do that real quick. Yeah, I do have a few other games kind of like that game, Superflight, that I would like to review. When I was talking about doing more themed months, I'd like to get back to that. And I've got sort of these games that feel very similar, and they have a similar look. So I think I'm going to kind of go that direction. Anyway, I like that type of game. And there's a few that I'm interested in. Shape of the World will be coming very soon, and Shape of the World is going to be actually this Saturday. Look at that. Horizon Chase Turbo. That's the thing right there. So, sorry, I just awkwardly have to reach over and adjust the input. So let me change what game we are playing on Twitch to Horizon Chase Turbo. Now, a couple of things about this one. Because, oh, Horizon Chase, but I don't see Horizon Chase Turbo. Horizon Chase. What is I don't know. Let me confirm that this is the right place to be before I do anything else. So 1 second. I want to make sure that Horizon Chase is the correct community to stream under. Category. Oh, what? Oh, I had a stream in the background there. No, I guess it is Horizon Chase. Okay. Good to know. Horizon Chase, update the info. All right. So, yeah, no, I'm definitely interested. Scooter says, if I sent you a copy of Superman 64, would you play it on stream? Absolutely, I would. Not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. I totally 100% would. So yeah, I'm looking at getting into some kind of getting back to some of these things I've wanted to do. Horizon Chase Turbo was a game on my list for a very long time to play. Now, I gotta tell you that originally I was like all fired up. I had this whole theme of fast-paced, low-poly aesthetic games that I wanted to stream for like a month. This game was the #1 inspiration for me. I love arcade racing games. I absolutely adore Rad Racer. This is a game I don't talk about enough, but this is one of my top favorite games. My dad and I used to spend so many hours just playing together and racing with it. So of course you have that personal connection, that family story and all of that. And I absolutely love playing that game. Horizon Chase Turbo is meant to take the arcade style racing game, modernize it with some throwback visuals. You have this really beautiful low poly look. I love it, but its core gameplay and design apparently feels much like games like Rad Racer. I imagine somewhat like the Cruisin' series, Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' World. It's meant to be a game that is very simple and very intuitive to play. It's not a simulator or simulation style racing game. I know a lot of people love those types of games. I'm not really a huge fan. If I want to drive, I'll actually get in my car. Now, if I had a really cool, wicked setup with a steering wheel and a stick shift and all the pedals and a clutch and all, I bet I'd get a lot more into it. But, and I will admit, there was a part of me that was looking at that. I was like, I'm gonna look into it. Maybe I'll take the plunge. It's expensive. I don't see that happening anytime soon. So I'm gonna stick with my arcade style racers. Thank you very much. Horizon Chase Turbo being the one we're gonna start with. Excuse me. I'm gonna take a moment, clear my throat, and I'll be right back. And I am back. So Scooter's looking on eBay for a copy of Superman 64. Ghost Kid, welcome to the stream. Nobody deserves to have a copy of Superman 64 forced upon them. And Eerie, hello! Eerie says Superman 64 is so bad. Everyone's talking about Superman 64 and we're playing Horizon Chase Turbo. I love it. It's hilarious. I forgot to mention, I got a little sidetracked. This was like top of my list to play this game, right? I was so excited for it, and then I found out it was coming out for the Switch. So, I was like, alright, I'm gonna wait. I'll hold off. It's supposed to come out, actually, it's probably gonna come out any day. My luck, it's gonna come out tomorrow. It was on sale on Steam. It was like, okay, this is the type of game I'd love to see more of. I'm gonna double dip. I'm gonna get it on Switch when it picks up. I already know it. I haven't even played it. I'm biased. I've seen enough in the trailer for this and in the graphics to know this is right up my alley. We're gonna play it and confirm that, but I took the plunge, got it on Steam. I figure maybe maybe I'll play it on both a little bit. But no doubt this is right up my alley. So, and I thought, well, maybe there's a way, even if I do get like a steering wheel for racers that I can mount on my desk, maybe I would be able to play it through Steam with that. Who knows? Down the line. Who knows? I don't know. Eerie says, hey Mana, how are you, brother? I'm doing pretty good, Eerie. I am getting over a cold, unfortunately. But you're going to TwitchCon, which is awesome. So many friends of Mana are going to be there. I wish I was there this year as well. Next year, let's do World Tour. I already looked at options, actually. We start out in Cali. Look, speaking of TwitchCon, start out in Cali. Oh, I love this aesthetic. Why does it say Hollymood? Hollymood. It's Hollymood, everyone. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. Yeah, Erie and Emrys, you should meet up. So look at how gorgeous that low poly style is. I love this. I love the low poly style. I love arcade racers. I'm excited. I have a feeling they will not be able to mess this up. Shall we start? Let's start with San Francisco. That's the closest to TwitchCon. So here we go. Let's do it, everyone. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, look, classic. That's like Rad Racer right there. Yeah, Emrys, I am hoping to go next year. Oh, that's pretty nice looking too. Oh, looks like, yeah, I'm gonna have to unlock all these. So we've got, you know, I'm gonna go with the classic. Come on, gotta go with the classic. All right, big Holly mood. That's right, Ghost. Erie, if you meet a guy wearing a Pikachu shirt, it might be me. Oh my gosh, and Erie is wearing glow-in-the-dark wristbands. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay. Already messed up there. Oh. Okay, okay. Oh, out of my way. Oh, I love this. Oh, I don't know what those do for. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay, what is. Okay, brake is there. Oh, that's boost. Okay. We're learning. Oh, nope, that was not brake, that was boost. I would have actually been able to corner that well had I braked instead of boosted. Come on, Mana. Show your arcade racing skills. I think I need to boost the volume up a bit too. Ooh, there's some gas. Okay, ow. Didn't want that to happen. Oh, 2 laps left. Okay. Interesting. So it is laps. Not quite like a Rad Racer where the whole course is one long stretch. So you are doing laps. Maybe not all of the levels are going to be that way, but this is. Okay. All right, now I'm starting to figure this out. Okay, let's do that. Nelly. Okay. So, yeah, okay. Shoot. Let's do this now. There we go. All right, so we just made it to 7th. Yeah, we're not doing great. Oh man, okay. Alright, so what is my meter? Oh, nitros, oh, okay. So, I'm learning as I go right now. The meter, so gas is, I'm assuming if you don't pick up those gas icons, you could run out of gas and obviously lose the race. You've got your speedometer up at the top, and then there's that little icon for your nitros. I didn't notice. 3rd place. 3rd place after literally not knowing what I was doing for the first, entire first lap. Exactly! Right, Fizz says kind of reminds me of Rad Racer. Exactly! I love Rad Racer. That's exactly what I'm so excited about. So, yeah. Let's do that again. 5-lane roads, Emrys says. Yeah. I mean, in Cali, you know, let's retry that. Let's retry that. Now that we know what we're doing, let's go for 1st. Oh man, I love the style of it. It plays so solidly too. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, it's just really, really good. It handles beautifully. It's nice because they do use a little bit of the analog functionality. Like if you do a tiny little tap towards one direction, you will you know, you'll have a slight movement in that direction. If you do a full tilt, you're gonna make a sharper turn, but it's subtle. It still feels like a Rad Racer where you're just using a directional pad. It really does. Oh, one more scratch. There we go. Yeah, let's do this. Another turbo. So you don't need to hold down the turbo either. That's another thing to note. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Come on. I've used all my turbos. Final lap. Let's see if we can overtake this one. Yeah, buddy. There we go. All right. All right. Yep. Oh, the speed. Oh my gosh, this game. Okay, so far, I'm loving it. I definitely see myself purchasing this for the Switch. Definitely can see myself putting a lot of time into this one. If you're a fan of arcade racers, boom. There you go. What do you think, everyone? Yeah, Emerus says it reminds me of those old car games. Exactly, like you go to the arcade, you play San Francisco Rush or Cruisin' USA. That's it. This game is coming to the Nintendo Switch. It should be pretty soon. I think they said fall 2018. So I took the plunge and purchased it to review it early. I couldn't wait. I knew it had been out for Steam and PS4, and man, I wanted to play it day one. I should have, to be perfectly honest, because I said, well, I'll wait, and now it's so close to the Switch coming out. But it was on sale, and I decided to just take the plunge. Now, I hope this gets a physical release. I really do. I actually would love to see that. Okay, ooh, look at that. Oh, I got a super trophy. Get first place in all the tokens to earn a super trophy. I love it. Yeah, Cruisin' USA is so good, isn't it, Eerie? What, for all of you out there, what are your favorite arcade-style racing games? And if you can't think of that in particular, or maybe as a follow-up question, what is your favorite racing game? You know, be it kart racing or simulator, what is your favorite racing game? But I'm curious also specifically your favorite arcade racing game. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, I am like a kid in the candy store. All right. Oh, Rocky Road. Perfect. I get to play in an ice cream scoop. Should we try... Oof. Handling is better. But like everything else is worse. No, we'll stick with this. Scooter loves San Francisco Rush or Cruisin' Exotica, and Gran Turismo is great as well, Scooter says. Oh man, look at the graphics, the style. Look at that car. Oh my gosh. I love this. Oh, I love this. Oh man. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna have to play Rad Racer on stream one of these days too, FYI. Oh, go! That was a rock in the middle of the road. I suppose that's why they call it Rocky Road. Oh, that wasn't fun. Shoot, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Ouch. I am in 10th. Not good. All right. Shoot, I wonder... I'm still trying to figure out the mechanics here of cornering. Like, I want to say... Yeah, none of the triggers do anything. Oh! Oh, I could play... Interesting, I could play with the bumpers. Or the triggers. Accelerate is the right trigger, and brake is the left. That being said... I think I'm going to stick with the A button on this controller. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still learning new things, so I'm getting confused. Oh boy. But oh, look at just the scenery is gorgeous. I love the art style. They nailed it. This is the kind of remake update that I want to see more of. I love when developers take classic gameplay and they just tweak it enough where it really feels fresh and it feels modern, and then, you know, they nailed the art style. I love, you know, they could have easily gone with just like a run-of-the-mill, let's do some some half-decent pixel art, it'll be a throwback, people will love it. Or they could have gone with a super realistic looking, you know, polygonal style. They decided to just nail this aesthetic that, even though it looks modern, like there's obviously many modern things going on here, it looks like you remember these old classic games looking. I love it. I love it. Erie says Cruisin' USA. Yes, I loved playing that in the N64. My friend and I would play too much of that. Emrys says, not even sure. Mario Kart Double Dash was good. And Dash Magnum, hello Dash. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Oh my gosh. All right. Let's try this one again. Maybe. No, we'll go to the next. We'll go to the next map. I can always come back and play these. I think we're gonna show more races at this point. We redid the first one. We're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna cruise. We're gonna cruise along. Oh, this is beautiful. I don't know if there's a secret. Maybe it's timing. Not sure on the start. I feel like there's definitely something I can do, but I don't know what that is. Oh, Nelly. Oh, this is a new mechanic. Okay. Dirt road. I like it. Or dirt on the road. Yeah. I'm sold. Look, we're getting some of that Rad Racer style drifting into night or sunset. Oh, and oh, well, I was definitely looking in the sky. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I'm probably fine. And I wasn't keeping my eyes on the road. If you were a driver, especially if you're a new driver, please keep your eyes on the road. It's been a public service announcement from Art of Mana. What was that? 3 nitros. Oh yeah, or maybe that's just 1 nitro. Aw, boo. All right, we'll use that second one. Oh, wow, that was a crash. Oh, but man, they just keep you right in the game. You know you've lost speed, but it doesn't feel like the worst thing in the world, which maybe isn't the best thing. Because when you crash, you should feel like you've made a mistake, but I don't know. Let's cruise in. Final lap. Let's see. Oh man. Oh man. Dark Solid X. Hello. No. What is going on? I'm not gonna do it. Not. Oh. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do it. Nope. That was. I'm in second still. Here we go. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh dang. All right. Where is first? Is that first? No. Nope. First is probably up there ahead. Second place, I'll take it. Not bad. Don't skywatch and drive, Hi says. I know. Oh my gosh. And so yeah, how's everyone doing? Solid, what's up? Chat just blew up in that last rash here. Rash? I was trying to say race and match, and I said ratch. Let's see. So Dark Solid X says, if dirt on the road, isn't that a dirty road or dirt road? Dash Magnum says, been busy at work but doing well. And Hey is solid and everyone else. Hi says, or Dash says, hope you've been well too, Hi. And Hi says, I have. I'd love to catch up sometime. And Dash says, that's great and definitely. All right, I'm loving this. So Dash, you came in. I'm playing, and Dark Solid actually came in while I'm playing Horizon Chase Turbo. This is a arcade style racer that I'm digging. I'm super digging. I just got an achievement. I need a bigger garage. Okay. Let's go to Sequoia National Park. That seems beautiful. Let's do it. And we can choose a new car. Top speed. Let's see. Hang on. Higher acceleration. Better handling. Oh, I'm going to need to clear my throat again. 1 second. This is really slick, right? Dash says, lol, was actually up in the Bay Area and Sacramento for work recently, so this is looking familiar. Nice. I'm gonna go with this car, Bliss, a modern miracle. It seems like it is a It's an upgrade. Not maybe by a bunch, because you are losing that 1 mile per hour top speed. Not your top speed is 1 mile an hour, but you're losing that extra mile an hour on your top speed. Oh, this also is beautiful. Man, I'm telling you, they just nailed the aesthetic in this game. I don't know what it is. Low poly. Now, low poly, as it originally came out, some games hold up, but not a lot. But using low poly in this sort of way, I think really works. It's something about the lighting effects, the bloom, the cell shading, and it works so well for a game like this. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, something about the way this comes together, it reminds me of the classic Wind Waker, which we just were watching Waz play on Selecting Start recently. And, which, by the way, I realized, Dash, you may not be aware of Selecting Start. This is a new channel I'm a part of. It is called Selecting Start, all one word, if you're looking it up on Twitch as the username. And it's a group of people streaming family-friendly Nintendo games. I mean, we are family-friendly. And the games, well, they're Nintendo games, so they're also family-friendly. Oh, man, this is great. So that's on Mondays at the moment. I might start switching and and keeping a rotating schedule, but Mondays at the moment I'm streaming on there. And then Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays here. And Dark Solid X, what are you up to tonight? How was your evening? Hey, we just cruised in first place. Oh no, Emerus says poor Waz got too tired to continue tonight. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I understand. I'm not gonna lie. It is only... Wow, it's only an hour in. Is that right? Wow, it's an hour into my stream. I might end this early as well. In fact, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to take it, because you can hear it in my throat, see it in my cough, or hear it in my cough. I don't know. I'm not feeling great either. I don't want to push myself too much further. But I hope, despite all of this, that you are enjoying watching this with me. Oh, we just unlocked Death Valley. Okay. Finish first in upgrade races to upgrade all your cars. Oh. I wonder if I do Los Angeles next. Wait, what? I did both of those? Okay. Because I think I might select another car. Or unlock another car. So, yeah. Dash says, oof, I hope you're feeling better soon, man. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you don't... Okay, I get it. So, it's actually a really easy and fairly intuitive mechanic. I was kind of guessing this just by the way that the menu on your speedometer worked. But what you want to do is, after the one... number flashes on the screen, you're going to hit accelerate, and you just don't want to be at top acceleration by the time you start. But I think the goal is to be as close to top acceleration, and you'll get your best boost. So actually really nice mechanic. I like that there's a visual cue as well as auditory. It's pretty obvious because you're maxed out on that speedometer. Yeah, this game is ticking all the boxes for me. 2 great games, new games. I'm really happy to showcase them. This game in particular, neither of these games, FYI, are either sponsored, paid reviews, not even review copies that were given to me. I bought these both with my own cashola, because I was interested in them and I wanted to share them with you. And this one is going to find its home on my Switch as well, I guarantee it. Yeah. I mean, what I look at is, you know, I could see myself picking this up in small bursts and whatnot, but also I've gotten so much enjoyment already, and I'd love to see more games like this. So supporting the developers, I was so close to first. It does have multiplayer, actually. Emma says this past week several people have been trying to get over colds. I know. Dark Solid says, I've been well, worked like crazy this week, but I'll get to relax a bit more later in the week, and hopefully I'll have enough energy to stream. Hopefully, indeed. So that was unfortunate. I was sort of robbed at the end there. Well, it was my own darn fault, but close. All right. This does have multiplayer. I would imagine if anyone did have it now... Oh. But we did get 5th or lower. Or maybe we haven't played this yet. I'm already confused. It does have multiplayer. I don't know how it works. I'd love to test it out. I would see, there you go, got a little boost like that. I assume that multiplayer allows you to just, oh wow, what is... I love that it says Hollymood. 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 So my guess, oh gosh, this is just so evocative of some of the levels in Rad Racer. Wow. This game is on PS4, Steam, and it is coming to the Switch very soon. I believe also Xbox One. If you want a great arcade racer and you want to play with me, let's do it. Now, if it is on the Switch, I don't know if you'll have cross-play where you could do online multiplayer with Steam and Switch, but I'll have it on both. I plan on getting this for the Switch and the Steam, so choose your pick. I don't know what the deal will be with Sony. They've recently become a little more open with their cross-play, so that's a nice thing. Also, oh my gosh, the Intellivision Amico. I mentioned this last time. I'm super excited for it. I wonder if we might see games kind of like this appear on that console. That'd be really cool. And I need to do a little video on that. So, I asked a question earlier. What are your favorite arcade racers or your favorite racing games in general? I'd love to know. Zizal, hello. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I was looking up at chat. That was no good. No good. Oh boy. All right. Third, I'll take it. Yes. Hello. And Zizal, what is up? Great stream earlier today, by the way. Congrats on your shiny. And Dash says, I've always been a fan of F-Zero. Now, there's a classic. There is a classic. Yes, F-Zero. Not a game I've spent a terrible amount of time with, but I do enjoy it. Zizal says, I played a lot of the Fast and Furious racers at the arcades when I was younger. That's right, I forgot about that series. That was pretty good, especially with the turbo boosts and all that. Reminds me of the Asphalt series, which is actually a surprisingly good series on mobile. Technically, I think it was Asphalt 8. I'd have to go back and double check. It was the one, I believe it was the first one to offer this functionality, but it offered Twitch integration. Technically, Art of Mana's first ever stream was about 15 minutes of me playing that game. And I guarantee you, not a single person came to the stream. Though I'm not even sure if I would have known if someone was at the stream what to do. Maybe someone was there and I didn't know. But anyways, yes, I attempted, streaming from the iPad. Direct from the iPad, Asphalt 8. That was my first official ever, not official, my first unofficial ever stream. My first official stream, of course, is recorded for posterity. But I recall integrating Twitch, and I said, oh, this is a button I can push and I can do things. Let's try it. And I did. And nothing happened. So, yeah, that series is pretty fun. So you've learned something new, everyone. You've learned a little background info just for tuning in, just for being you. And by the way, this is gonna sound a little out of nowhere, and maybe a little strange while I am cruising along at high velocity here, but I want each and every one of you to know that I really, truly love you. You are loved, and yeah, I'm really honored to know you, and I look forward to getting to know you more and more as the years go on. My goodness, this game is fun. This is fun. This is fun. Oh my gosh. Come on. Let's use those nitros. No! The place I belong. Oh, sad. Oh my gosh. Nope. I'll take second. Alright. Dash says... Oh, Emra says it looks like there's local multiplayer. Oh, I thought there was online multiplayer. I guess not. I'm sorry. Zizal says, I've played a lot of Fast and Furious in the arcades, but I actually really like Forza. It's what I haven't played. Zizal says, oh, I remember Audio Surf. Oh, because Dash says, there's also a fun game on Steam called Audio Surf that let you race to music in your computer library. It would sort of tailor the levels to the beat and the music you picked, and it was pretty fun. It does sound really cool, actually. I think I've heard of Audio Surf. I think. I can't really remember. Anyways, Zizal says, I remember it and it was fun. Dark Solid X says, my favorite arcade racing game was San Francisco Rush because I knew where most of the shortcuts were. Oh my gosh, San Francisco Rush. I'm glad you brought that one up. I forgot about that one. I remember for a birthday one year, we actually were able to have it in an arcade. Like, it was just literally the whole birthday celebration was in an arcade. And everything was set to free play. So we rented out the place. All the friends and everyone, we all came. Oh, man. Wrong pipe. 1 second. 1 second. I'll tell you the story in a moment. Okay, so we yeah, suspense, right? I'm just building suspense. Man, I tell you, if all of the thoughts in my head could be translated without this annoying cough in between. Come on, throat, get it together. Things would be a lot better. Anyway, so we had this whole place to ourselves. Now, San Francisco Rush they had there, and I think I spent the most time actually at that arcade, which surprised me in hindsight, because they had a lot of good stuff. And I mean, now I'd probably gravitate even more towards some of the classics. Like, if I go in an arcade now, sure, I'll go, like, if they have, well, the one I typically am going to now, they'll have Super Mario, or the Mario Kart cabinets. You know, of course, they've got the fighting corner, which is really fun, and they've got the Konami 4-player cabs. But they have a whole pinball section. I often play some pinball games. And then they have a couple of retro sections. and one of my favorite things to do, actually, is, maybe it's because I'm getting old, but I'll go to the sit-down cocktail cabinet of Donkey Kong. And it's funny because, like, I don't know if you know, there's like this little panel, right, that is right, like, here, if this is the tabletop, right, the cocktail tabletop, which is plexiglass or glass, and then the monitor is in the middle. So if this is the table, like, under here is this little bar or strip, and then the controls are actually at like a really steep angle. So you kind of like sit there and you're like doot, doot, doot. Or actually wait, it's like the other way around. It's like doot, 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 doot. It's really funny. But I like it. I enjoy doing that. And yes, it is important to keep mana hydrated. Thank you, Dash, especially when I'm sick. But anyway, I played a lot at the arcade there for my birthday. Played a lot of San Francisco Rush, and I do enjoy that game. I enjoy that a lot. My go-to retro arcade right now. Okay, I've asked this many times, but I'll throw it out there again. There's some new people here, and maybe some of you might have some new thoughts on the subject. But I'm curious, favorite just arcade game in general. And I've often said if I could have one arcade machine in my collection in my home, it would be Sunset Riders, a 4-player Konami Sunset Riders arcade cabinet. Donkey Kong 3 would be a pretty high up there one for me. I like the style of the cabinet. Truthfully, I like the style of the cabinet far more than the Konami 4-player cabinets, especially even Sunset Riders. Sunset Riders isn't a beautiful arcade cabinet. I just love the game, and it's a really fun game. But the game I've been coming back to lately, the retro game I keep going to when I go to my local arcade, is Joust. I don't know why I keep going to Joust. I really enjoy that game. It's just very fun. And I also remember Q*bert, a cocktail-style Q*bert, which would be fun. And the Nintendo Red Tent, that's always cool. All these things are neat. But I think I would say, it would be probably a Konami 4-player would be my first priority, because most of the games I'd want to play would fit that cab, because they're fun with friends. Like, the point of an arcade cabinet, I think, would be to play with friends. So you grab the Konami Sunset Riders. If you got the JAMA harness, you just swap in, buy the boards, swap in Turtles in Time, Ninja Turtles, X-Men. Great games. I love those games. And there's other Konami 4-player games I'm learning more and more about. Was it Bucky O'Hare, I believe, was Konami? The Cowboys of Moo Mesa. There's a one with ninjas, and I can't remember the name. But it's actually built by the same dev team as Sunset Riders. Anyway, Emrys has to go to bed. Yes, I'm gonna go to sleep for about 3 hours before heading out. See you later, everyone. Anytime, or always. Awesome time as always, Art of Man. Emrys, thank you so much for being here. Emrys, I appreciate it. Fly safe. Be well. I'll definitely be thinking about you. I'll say a little prayer for some safe travels on your part, and I hope you have an excellent time at TwitchCon. Please bring back all of your wonderful info and your stories to share about TwitchCon, and have just a lovely time. Take care. Is this how I can't emote tonight? Yes, Emrys, here, I'll give you some hearts as well. Oh my gosh, I'm so stuffed up. There you go, Emrys. Boom. But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, but then, the classic back in the day, I loved Donkey Kong 3 out of all of the Donkey Kong games the most, which is weird. It doesn't even have Mario in it. Stanley the Bugman is what it has. But I really do enjoy playing, I really enjoy playing, we're gonna try it, Skulls and Spikes. I really enjoy playing that game. And the other game, Joust, is really, it's becoming a new favorite of mine. I really like it. Now, sorry, I kind of got a little distracted there. One of the things I've been very interested in, I've been watching a lot of the news surrounding Arcade 1-Up. And I definitely have my eye on it. I would love to do some kind of review of that. I would love to see a cabinet that they produce that would be a Konami cabinet for players if they had, let me put it this way, if they had a Konami 4-player cabinet, I don't even really mind what the look of it is. Like, they could go with the Turtles look. That's fine with me. Ideally, I'd probably go, Sunset Riders or something like that, but I bet they'd go Turtles. If they could procure the license, I'm sure they'd go Turtles. So let's say Turtles in Time. And if they could throw in there, oh, and Simpsons, that's another game for the Konami 4-player. If they could throw in Turtles in Time, maybe Turtles, Sunset Riders, and X-Men. Now, let's say they run into licensing problems with Marvel and Disney, so they don't get X-Men. Swap out maybe Simpsons. I would be okay with that. Either of those variations, I'd pick up in a heartbeat. I really would. I mean, I'd save up for it, make sure I could afford it. But yeah. But what Arcade 1-Up systems are, they're these miniaturized systems. They're supposedly 3/4 size, but they're a little smaller, with pretty decent controls from what I've heard. They're kind of like pretty inexpensive quality, so not, this is all particle board, it's inexpensive. They run about $300. They've got about 4 games apiece. They have a Street Fighter cab with 3 things. See, that's another cabinet that would be cool, would be to have like a Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet or something that could be head-to-head fighting. You could swap out any of the Capcom boards, maybe throw in a Street Fighter. But I'd still go Konami if I could own one. Anyway, sorry, I just went off on a big tangent here. Zizal says, I played a ton of Area 51 in the arcade, but I'll always default to DDR, right? One of these days, you'll get a DDR. I watched Scott Pilgrim again. It was on Netflix, and I remember rather enjoying that. And apparently, I didn't do that. Anyways, so let's go to the next. Let's go, I guess, to Brazil. No, to Chile. Anyway, there's a few DDR references in that movie. Real fun movie. Great music, too. Zizal, if you don't know, I think great music. And Zizal, I was thinking of you today. Because of our conversation the other night, Scooter had brought up Super Mario Super Show, and I started talking about my favorite episode, which included Magic Carpet Ride by Steppenwolf. So today, I kind of got in this whole, like, you get into a internal playlist. You start thinking, oh, I gotta play this next, and then this. So I started with some Magic Carpet Ride, Steppenwolf. And then I went to Riders in the Storm, of course, by the Doors. And then I went to One of These Things First by Nick Drake. And I kind of just, this whole sort of playlist evolved. It kind of just went from there. And anyways, just thinking of you as I was listening to the music. Great stuff. Great stuff. Oh boy. Hey, this is a real fun one. I like this. No, but see, it's another cabinet I would love to own because it's an experience you really can't get unless you have that cabinet. Would be the old, what's it called? Super Off-Road. 3 steering wheels, a top-down racing game where you jump off mountains and hills and whatnot. That's what I'd be interested in. Oh, no. But yeah, I mean, I remember a lot of these classic games growing up. And, they stick with you. And I think the Arcade 1-Up idea is really sound. And it's simple. I think that's the beauty of it. I'm definitely interested in trying to talk a bit more about that in some way or another. If you're interested, let me know, please. Scooter says, I played a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom, War Gods, and Area 51 in arcades. Yeah, I don't know War Gods. What is War Gods? I don't know. And thank you. Oh, what?
Is that a new subscriber? Welcome.
Dash Magnum, thank you for 10 months
And
of
here's to many, many more.
Oh, dude. Dash, thank you. Perfect timing right at that that win. Oh my gosh, Zizal, this emote, that is too funny. What's that Pokemon name? But I love Kevin's little emote there of the yay with that particular Pokemon that looks like a bolt for a head. Good stuff. Oh man, all right. Ooh, we're in a cemetery. Okay. All right. Oh man, we do not want to run into a tombstone here. Okay, peace of mind prevails. All right. Oh dear. Man, look at how the the little dirt dust trails behind your car, behind all the cars in fact. They're just these very low poly, low animated sorts of blocky things, little bouldery, blocky, low poly dust clouds, and they look fantastic. I'm telling you, I love this game. I really do. I think this is solid. And you would be really hard pressed, I think, to tell me that this does not look beautiful. You know, graphically, I think art style accounts for far more than you know, just pure poly count. Clearly this isn't pushing lots of polys, but it has some real nice, solid rendering, great lighting effects, great textures, subtle use of textures. I don't know if you noticed this, but there's almost like a soft cardboard look to some of the textures. It really works well. I'm really impressed. This team's done a great job for sure, and I'm very happy to see games like this out for consoles, you know? I mean, this could have easily been a pretty throw-in, you know, mobile title. No. I think they did a great job. Yeah, they did a great job portraying the speeds, as Zal says. That's a really good point. And, yeah, I think they did a great job. Melton is what the Pokemon's name is, Zizal thinks. Scooter says War Gods is a project that Midway brought out to test 3D fighting games before bringing out Mortal Kombat 4. Zizal apparently remembers it. Oh, Scooter has it for N64 and PS1. I think I might know. It's like you're you're facing the opponent. Is that right? Okay, or no? Blogger, hello Blogger. Blogger says, War Gods, a classic. Midway basically made their own Mortal Kombat knockoff, Zizal says. Alright. But yeah, as far as this game goes, it does look beautiful, Zizal says. They did a great job portraying the speed. They really did. This is not just a phone-at-home mobile title, which, to be fair, mobile titles are looking more and more beautiful, and you probably could have this game on mobile, but you can tell it was lovingly created for a console or arcade style feel. The controls are solid. I think that's the biggest thing. And the menus are really well done, which these days I think is becoming a little bit more uncommon. Have you noticed how bad video game menus have gotten? Is it just me? And I don't mean to sound like an old curmudgeon here. And certainly this is not true of everything. But so many video game menus are so confusing, unclear, scattered. It's just bad design, and it kind of makes you wonder, what happened to the good old days? You know? Things used to be really easy to navigate. And I think, to be fair, a lot of that comes from games existing on multiple platforms and maybe originally being for mobile, so for touch input. But I wonder why. Well, I know to a certain extent why, but I wish more developers would take the time to alter the menus for the system that a game is on. Look at me, I'm getting into the tough stuff. Ooh. This has all been like about how great these games are. But actually they are. And both these games actually had decent menus, or good menus. This one, I would say, has a good menu. Could maybe be a little more stripped down, which I would be okay with. Like, stage select. No, I think I like it how it is. I was gonna say, is it really necessary to have the globe that spins around and everything? Yeah, I think it's a nice feature. I'm not gonna knock any points for that. And of course, the last game was no frills, and it worked. I like that. Oh boy. Oh boy. We are not doing good. Yep, the levels are definitely getting harder. Oh no! Oh no, Zizel almost poured fruit punch into his cereal. And was almost very sad. Oh my gosh. I mean, if it was Fruit Loops, you could try it. I wouldn't try it, but you could try it. I mean, it's like adding strawberries to your Special K, right? Hi says, speaking of cereal, I'm going to grab some Fruit Pebbles. That is what you're eating. Oh, that's so funny. Hi is laughing too. No, Zizel says I couldn't do that. Fair enough. Fair enough. Dash, thank you so much for that sub, by the way. Alright. Man. To everyone here, thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry I'm getting over this cold. I'm sorry you can hear it in my voice. Sorry I keep coughing and all those sorts of things. I don't mean to draw more attention than perhaps we should to it. But I just want to be honest with you. And I want to say, for anyone here who doesn't know, I like to play a lot of... you probably know at this point, but I really enjoy doing these sorts of things. I enjoy playing lots of different games, showcasing and sharing lots of different games. To me, that whole idea of sharing my passion for gaming as a whole is really important, and part of why I do what I do on Twitch. So it takes, speaking of the difficulties of Twitch streaming, right? It doesn't do great for the numbers, when you play games that no one is streaming. It doesn't draw in a lot of new viewers or things like that when you aren't playing the popular games on Twitch. And yet I find that it's where I want to be and where I think I need to be. And so I want to thank you for taking the risk of coming to a stream with 2 games you probably didn't know anything about. To me, that means a lot, because I love sharing this. I want to do more of this, and I can't without you. And so thank you. And MS Gamer has to take off. Thanks for the stream. See you next time. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll tell you what. We're not going to be playing for too much longer, so MS Gamer, you're not going to miss a whole lot. But Friday, I will be streaming again. I'll be playing Super Mario Maker. And then, speaking of big games, and then I'm playing a game I really encourage all of you to come and join me Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. I'll be playing Shape of the World. It's an experience-based game where I guess it takes about a couple hours to beat, but it was provided for me for review. And in looking at it, I realized it's procedurally generated, and it's meant to be different and unique for each playthrough and each experience. So I think the best review I could do is to share the whole experience with you. You can see all my live reactions, and we can synthesize it at the end, decide what we think, whether it's a yay or a nay kind of thing. And I think that'll be the best experience. And then I'd love to know what your experiences with the game, should you get it, are going to be. It's really cool. It's only the second game, it's only the second game provided for review that I've accepted. I have been offered a few more, but the few games I have been offered for review tend to not be games that I really think are appropriate for the channel, or games that I feel I would actually be able to do justice in a review, because I'm not like I got a couple of, there's a few genres I'm just not competent in. RTS is one of them. So I got like an RTS game and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm probably not the person you want reviewing this, because I love gaming, but there is a blind spot in my gaming prowess, and RTS is one of them. So I don't think I'd give a good review, so I've declined that. But I do actually have a third game I just accepted for review, which I was really excited about, because it came from a small developer that reached out to me, that was very kind. They were talking about, you know, what they like to do, kind of their philosophy of gaming, and it resonated with me. And I looked at what the game was, and what it was meant to be like, and what their goals were in it, and the story, and I thought, yep, I want to cover this game. And that might actually be a little bit longer review. It might be it might actually end up being a playthrough, frankly, on the channel, with a video review at the end. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that. So, anyways, just saying. Oh no, hi, says BRB cereal time, but I ran out of milk. I only got like a third of a cup. No. Hey, we just got Easter Island. That's cool. All right. So let's finish Chili and call it a stream, shall we? I'm telling you, I'm not feeling 100%. We're gonna call it a stream. It'll be right at 10:30. That'll be our 2-hour mark. We're not gonna go any longer. I think that'll be the way to go. I hope you'll understand. I know that it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to stay up longer. I'm not feeling great. I got up really early this morning. I couldn't sleep. It was weird. The last couple of days, I just couldn't get enough sleep. Excuse me. I was getting a lot of rest wherever I could, taking little naps. And then last night, maybe it was I got too much sleep before, but I don't think that's what it was. I had this cough that was nagging at me, and it was preventing me from falling asleep. And eventually, ultimately, I ended up with only about 3 hours of sleep. It's not healthy, everyone. You should get more. Now, I did take a nap before this stream. I woke up, Ms. Mana laughed at me because I had bedhead and a big old red mark on my face. And thankfully, it was enough before the stream that I could sort of shake it out of my system, grab some tea, freshen up, splash some water on my face, pull a comb through my hair, and we're good. But it could have been a disaster, you know what I mean? No one wants... Uh-oh, fuel low. Oh, well, this is a new element. First time I've actually had to worry about fuel. Okay. Well, I don't like this. I don't like this. Okay. Where's fuel? I need fuel. Fuel, please. Oh, no. Everyone, speaking of being tired, let's pull off to the shoulder, shall we? Well, that happened. Wow. Okay. So, there is no fuel on the road. Is that correct? Let's go back to the map. Let's change our... Well, wait a minute. Yeah, let's fuel. Let's go with high fuel. Let's go with this car. Let's see how this works. Wow, well, we learned something new. See, I like that. Oh, that was actually pretty close. That was almost perfect, I think. All right. So, I'm guessing... Oh, you know what I just realized? Every little bump is going to really affect my, my fuel consumption. So I probably... Oh, yeah, see, all of that's going to really hurt, too. Okay. Alright, so... What I really need to do is not crash. Which seems pretty straightforward and obvious, but this does have some turns. See, up to this point, a lot of the corners haven't really required braking. If you get on the inside. Or do... Oh, there was the fuel. Okay. So there is some fuel here. The next lap, as we come around... Oh, shoot. I wasn't looking at the arrows. As we come around to the curve, to the final leg, before the checkered flag, we want to be on the right-hand side. So, boy, we're in 9th. This is it's going to be a challenge. I may need to unlock some cars, which I'm okay with. Now, that is something maybe I might not like about the game as much. Now, it does seem like I will enjoy replaying it enough that it probably won't be a concern, but what I was going to suggest is that, there's the fuel. Oh, that's not going to be enough. Oh, that's not going to be enough. It might be enough. Okay. If you need to grind, you know, and play old stages over and over in order to upgrade your vehicles in order to actually place in future races, that I'm not really a fan of. I actually don't love that progression system. In fact, I hope there aren't too many cars in this game. It's a personal preference. I don't think it's a bad decision. I don't think it breaks the game, but it takes away from the pick up and play arcade style of it. I like to be challenged by my ability, not my time. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? All right. Hi asks how Heart of Mana is. Baby Mana is doing all right. She too has a cough, feeling sluggish. Ms. Mana has aches and is sore and all that stuff. We're all kind of a big mess. It's fun. So I did it. Zizal goes, got it. He got 3rd. All right. And Dash says, yeah, there was some fuel, but it kind of blended in with the scenery. That's what I need to figure out. Dash says, that makes sense. It's a game, not a day job. Yeah, it's... This is where the gaming industry, I think, has lost some of its way. I won't say as a whole. But in some ways... Yeah. See, Zizal says, yeah, for stuff like this, I'd want to play the whole game with one car. I know, right? So, I'm not against, by any means, games that reward, you know, your time and effort. Ooh, there's a little bit of slipperiness to this road, which is appropriate. Nice. But I do feel that... Oh, wow, that was a sharp curve. Unexpected. All right, I gotta watch the map a bit more on this one. Okay, so we've got a right coming up. But I feel like, you know, the classic games used to be, you know, if there was an investment of time, it was an investment to get good, not an investment to make the game easier. An investment of time that makes the game easier. Does that make sense? Like, it became easier because you got good, right? You had to grind to get the memorization, the muscle memory, and learn how to play these levels. I can go back to some of my favorite games and just really not put a lot of effort into it because I just remember the way it feels to play the game. But and this has always been part of my gripe for RPG games. I feel that because you level up your character, the investment of time is essentially a way of making the game easier. In tabletop games, real life, person-to-person games, that investment of time means relationship and connection with friends in real life. But with RPG games, it means an investment with a screen. In many cases, right? Less so in some games. MMORPGs capture some of that in-person tabletop role-playing game mechanic the best. But a game like Final Fantasy VII, this is like I got to a point where I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to play this anymore. The story is okay, but aside from that, I'm not doing anything. I'm just doing the same things over and over. And I know that's an unfair assessment. And I definitely think, when it comes to games in general, you could make all kinds of arguments, as to, why certain genres are better or whatever. And it comes down to personal preference in a lot of cases. I don't think it's a bad thing in general of RPGs. I think many RPGs are worth the time and investment. Secret of Mana has an element of grind to it, but it feels like it's an appropriate amount. And I don't like when modern games feel like they're just too long. I don't think a game needs to be much longer than a couple of hours. Let's say you drop $20 on a game, and you get about, you beat it in about 4 hours. Maybe there's some extras and stuff. Say you put, let's say you put 6 hours of time into a game. I think that's plenty. $20 for 6 hours of time. I mean, that is better than going to a movie if you factor in popcorn and a soda. I mean, I think that's a very good value. So, just because you have the latest and greatest game doesn't mean it needs to be 100+ hours to beat. And especially if you are sort of creating this false length just through this artificial length just through things like needing to level up or backtrack. Filler, really. And unfortunately, many reviews and many consumers look at a game's worth in terms of how many hours it's going to take to play it. I think maybe one of the things we should consider is for someone who does not have a lot of expendable income, yes, you want to make the most bang for your buck. But if you're also trying to support an industry as a whole, you need to spend, you need to be able to, you need to allow people to beat multiple games and play multiple games so that people are able to buy multiple games. So, that's my little rant. I'm sorry. Dash says, agreed. I'd take one really great 10-hour game rather than the touted 80 hours of gameplay I see in a lot of advertising. And Dash says, I feel the same way about a lot of the Final Fantasies. Hi says, I like games that have about 8 hours, but I also love being able to mess around and play said game after that. Like Fire Emblem, once it ends, you can't play it. You can't play after the ending. But with Xenoverse 2, I can beat the game and then play over and over for hours. Yeah, interesting. It's honestly, it does come down to personal preferences. It really, honestly, truly, it does. Some people are going to want certain types of games and certain lengths. I remember when Secret of Mana came out. I think it was touted as having 72 hours of gameplay, and people thought, wow, this is incredible. My thought, is that at the time, that was novel. People were amazed that a game could have that. Wow, this is beautiful. People were amazed that a game could have that much content. But now I think it's overwhelming. And as someone who loves games in general, I find it overwhelming. And unfortunately, like I said, I think it's going to mean because when at different times in your life, unfortunately, it seems either time or money is the commodity you most need or are most short on, while the opposite you have. That is to say, when you have time, you don't have the money. When you have money, you don't have the time. And if that is a somewhat general, let's maybe not say universal truism, then the gaming industry is doing no favors by creating incredibly long games, because the people who are able to purchase more games will not have the time to play more games, and backlogs become a thing and everything like that. I love experiences of games. I like to try different games. I don't beat a ton of games, if I'm honest. There are games I go back to a lot, but you know, a lot of games are things I experience, and I enjoy the experience, such as I have. I don't know if that makes sense. By the way, this level is really interesting. So many colors. Ah, 4th place. Darn. Dash says, being able to mess around in an open world can be a lot of fun. That's what seemed really cool about Breath of the Wild. That is true. That game did it right because it was long, or it could be long, but it could also be pretty short. You could go directly to Ganon. People speedrun that thing very fast, so you can invest the amount of time you'd like to invest. And there's no artificial padding of the time required to beat the game by, oh, you have to you know, go, you know, get this widget over here, and then, you know, grind over here until you get to level such and such so that you can beat such and such. You don't have that. I think Breath of the Wild does a great job with that. Open world games now are doing a good job. Zizal says, I think there's a better way to do it in terms of RPGs. Having to grind just to beat a boss becomes tedious. Right. Let me come back to that in a moment. But Hai says, also dragging certain things out can be a pain. Kind of like, oh, I got a sword to beat the boss? Okay. Ends up having to do 19 side quests just to progress. Zizal says, but if you were to say skip an area and go straight to a boss and find you can't beat it, you can go back to that area, gain levels through exploring an area you skipped, and that gives you an excuse to explore as well. It's a good point. And RPGs that do it well, I think, modern RPGs that do a great job of finding the right balance, it's the Bravely Default, Bravely Second series. Great job. Also, the Four Warriors of Light, I think it's called. They did a really terrific job by having the option to turn off random encounters. I have a interesting, lot of opinions on, mixed opinions on random encounters, but if you do not need to grind, why? And then another really nice thing that they do in that game, or in those series of games, is they actually allow for automatic fights. Now, at that point, I think if you're letting the game play itself for you, just so you can grind, so you can do something, maybe you need to redesign your game. But that being said, I don't find it to be incredibly annoying in that series. I think they use it well, and the idea is that, like, once you learn the mechanics of a fight, what works well against certain creatures, once you've gotten your gear all set up the way you want it, then maybe you know what you would do, and so let the game do it for you. And so I don't find it as tedious. But yeah, a lot of modern RPGs are coming up with creative ways around that problem of time. But where I don't see that happening is mobile games. Mobile games, because so many of them can't capture your money, they're trying to capture your time. And you know, that could be useful for either drawing you into becoming a paying consumer, or can mean more eyes on ads. I think that's what it comes down to. So advertising, I think, is a really tough thing. I think we all want to get the word out there for certain things, and advertising clearly is important for that. However, I think we're just inundated as a society. And the fact that so many people have cut the cord and paid for services like Netflix and Hulu, ad-free Hulu, is a testament to the fact that we don't want to see advertisements. The fact that my brother-in-law and I recently kind of decided that we weren't going to be buying as many trades for comic trades. We'd be going the trade paperbacks as opposed to the, not trades, what's it called? Issues, you know, single issues. The ones that have the ads. We'd be going for for the trade paperbacks that don't have the ads. Testament to we want to weed out advertisements. I don't know. It's just something I've thought about. Zizal says, had too many thoughts going at once there. No problem. I clearly am doing that as well. It's fine. And Zizal says, wow, you reminded me I really need to play my copy of Bravely Default. Oh, yes. I do like that game. I think you should try it. Dash says, yeah, I similarly switched over to trades. Cheaper in the long run. That's also true. And yeah, you know, you don't have the collectability, but frankly, I need the room. So it's all good. But yeah, that being said, I haven't really had the money to afford any comics lately. I mean, with what little I have had for, you know, sort of, you know, splurges, I basically put into streaming, you know, games that I want to stream, and occasionally games that I just want to play, you know, with, just, you know, for myself, and maybe consider reviewing. That seems like a more worthwhile investment at this time, because I don't know, it's funny. I mean, I was about to say, you know, I do have a backlog of comics at this point still to read. That's also true of games, but I'm getting more games. I don't know. I'm also just more of a fan of video games than comics, so that's probably part of it. But man, I love the setting of all of this. This is really beautiful. Have I convinced any of you to get this game, by the way? And yeah, no, and I enjoy comics. I need to get on my backlog, but I've been funny. I've actually been reading more of my brother-in-law's trade paperbacks over some of my backlog. But I think simply also another factor, because I don't want to go through the hassle of taking all of my my issues out of a sleeve, bagged and boarded, you know. All right, I need to get some fuel. I think there was some coming up. Come on, fuel. We need it. We need fuel. We need fuel. Come on, fuel. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my gosh! In the nick of time. In the nick of time. Oh boy. That could have gone better. Oh boy. Speaking of backlog, I also have my backlog of games to finish on this channel. But yeah, I'm definitely glad that we played a couple of games that are maybe a little surprising, a little unexpected for you. Clutch indeed, Zizal. Yes. All right. Well, we did it. Whew. 3rd place. Not bad. Yeah, okay, you know what? Menu's pretty nice. I like the menu on this. And Dash says, I'm definitely thinking about it. Yeah, ooh, I finished chili. Nice, nice. But I didn't play Easter Island, so let's just play Easter Island real quick. I don't think I'm gonna have a fast enough car, souped up enough car. We'll give it a go. Oh, this looks cool. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, wow. You know, it's funny, but the low poly is very well suited to this location, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Bumper cars. This makes me want to bust out some N64 games like Cruisin' USA. I used to play that so much with a friend of mine. So at one point in my life, we lived in a place where I could bike. It was a little bit of a ride, but I could bike down to a neighbor-ish, you know, down the road kind of friend, and or he could bike to my house, and we just kind of do that. It was in a really lovely kind of rural area, and just very safe road and all that. And we would just bike to one another's houses, especially during the summer, and we'd play some video games. And he had an N64 long before I did. Not long before, but he got his at launch. I didn't get mine until Ocarina of Time came out. Actually, until the Christmas after Ocarina of Time came out. I got Ocarina of Time. I bought it before I had an N64, which I tend to do sometimes for games I'm really excited about. I will purchase the game not even having the system, which is kind of funny. And he had Cruisin' USA. I think it was a launch title for the N64. Okay, one to go. This is probably not good. All right, no more. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, I see. Oh, I see on the map too, where it says I'm out of fuel. There's no way I'm gonna do this. No way. Okay, so we were decent. If I'd had one more fuel... Okay, we'll do this again. I might change my cart anyway. But yeah, we played that game a lot. Mario Kart 64, of course, and some of the others. But Cruisin' USA, I enjoyed that one. I liked it. Okay, let's look. What are other car options? We'll go with this. It's got a lot of fuel. Coast to victory. That's what I used to do in Rad Racer, but not in this one. So we're gonna do this and call it a stream. That's what I'm planning on right now. Oh, sorry, but first let's try the pause menu. It works. I feel like I need to do like this. Like it's the pause menu, right? Or we could do this. That's my pause menu. Right? Isn't that the way it works? Anyway, Zizal says, I have such a problem with games that if I buy them and don't feel like playing them immediately, I'll forget about them and not play for months and months. I get it. Oh, and this does kind of look like Green Hill Zone, doesn't it? I'm having fun. Are you? I am. Whoa. So, thankfully, I have this app that allows me to keep track of all my physical games. And when they are physical games, I find that it's easier for me to remember to play them. However, oh shoot. However, the digital games often I forget about. I actually do have a few digital games I want to play that I've got that I haven't played yet. And mostly I want to stream them. I find that streaming is basically the only time I play games for the most part, so it can be a little bit of a challenge that way. But, you know, I did mention, I'll mention this again for anyone here. I mentioned at the top of the stream that I've got a lot of thoughts on streaming that I'd like to share with all of you, and hopefully really give a little bit of insight into what's going on in the state of the channel, so to speak. You know, one of those popular videos you see a lot of people do. And one of the things I just want to say is thank you to everyone. I did mention that this month, I think for a number of reasons, not the least of which is that I did take some streams off for, of course, family reasons and health. But for a number of reasons, the Twitch income this month, it was about $26 away from a payout. The way that Twitch payouts works is really weird. Like, Patreon is so nice in how you can budget, because it's always a payout at the start of the month. Twitch, they require you to make a $100 threshold before a payout begins to be processed. And so yeah, we weren't there. Hey, we came in third, and but we've had some generous donations bringing us much closer to that $100. And I think we're in the teens now, thanks to Evil Guy and Scooter, and of course a couple of sub renewals, which I think will also go towards that. So I just want to mention that is a reality. I do feel bad about bringing up money, and I don't know how. And let me know. Tell me what you think. I don't want to be money grubbing. I don't want to make it about that. But I do recognize some goals I want to work towards, that where the money sure does help. And I feel like I don't do myself any favors by not bringing it up. So I want to find the right balance. And so anyway, I just wanted to let you know that. But I am planning on an update video, state of the channel, talk about all the plans I have, the things going on, and talk about that. I do find that at this point in time, you know, there's always gonna, and you know what, maybe we don't make that that goal of a Twitch payout for this month, and if that's the case, you know, I'll know to expect it, and you know, and I'll budget accordingly. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna be you know, pinching some pennies and whatnot for various things, working towards various things in the near future. So I am excited to share a little state of the channel, to make that video a reality and share that with you. I have, yeah, there's so many updates. I feel like there's just so many things to say, and yeah, I haven't done it yet. I put so much time into streaming, and then, you know, and a lot of people forget that, you know, it's not just the time in front of the camera, it's also the time for prep. It's behind the scenes things. I put a lot of time into streaming, and yet I still don't connect all the dots. I don't do everything, and I'm not perfect. And I try. And it can be, I've been talking to a lot of streamers lately. We've been talking about the ups and downs, the highs, the lows, the difficulties with streaming. And I think if you are a streamer, just know you're not alone. Sometimes you can get discouraged. You can wonder, why was there a period of high growth, and then why was it a period of decline? You can wonder if you're doing something wrong. You can second guess yourself, and sometimes you are doing things wrong. That's a reality. Sometimes you just aren't doing the right things, and I'm hoping that going forward I'm going to be a little more focused. I've been sort of refocused. I've been in a period of refocus, and so I want to share that new focus with all of you. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Evil Guy says, Mana, I would have given you the bits regardless if I heard that because I can give bits again. Yay! And also, you're awesome too. Evil Guy, thank you. Scooter says, you're more than worth it, Mana. And then Evil Guy says, this message speaks to me a lot. You've no idea. Or you might, since you're talking about it. Scooter also agrees. Look, yeah, I mean, one thing I'll say to hopefully encourage you, and this is true. There's going to be, no matter what, there is going to be a period of decline after every incline, and a period of incline after every decline, so long as you work hard at this, right? It's gonna be a up and down. That's the way streaming goes. So since I've done this now closing in on 3 years, I'm starting to get a little more perspective. Since you mentioned that you're going through these things too, I'll just mention a couple of things. One of the things is, I think the hardest part of going through these things is feeling like you're going through it alone. Streaming can actually oddly be a very isolating experience because you are connecting in this virtual world, because you're often, the face on the camera, and then I'm connecting through chat. Chat doesn't always, text doesn't always communicate the same as voice. And obviously, and there's a the value and importance of person-to-person relationship. Yet I think a lot of us don't really talk about our streaming with our closest in-person friends and family. So find those people with whom you can connect and talk about and share these experiences, and know you're not alone. That's not going to help. That's not going to become the thing, the silver bullet here. You're going to still end up having times where it's just going to get you down. But one of the things is to know you're not alone, to seek out people who you can connect with. I mean, another thing is, I think there are seasons to streaming, and we are in a season that is busy for a lot of people who are in school. It's also a time where people are preparing for the holidays already, so people's free time is a little bit less. So I think I've noticed a decline around these times throughout my streaming. Summers tend to be a little bit higher. It's also time you'll see like other streamers, you'll think, why are they drawing in these big crowds? And sometimes it's just the time that they're able to stream is more, it works better for more people. Maybe they're playing a game that connects or resonates with the community more. Maybe it's just their time to shine. They've got something really good going, and it's their time to shine. But them shining doesn't mean that you're not also doing something valued and that you can build. Those are just some preliminary thoughts. I don't know. But I am going to be doing this state of the channel to try and express my hopes and how I'm going to refocus and kind of get back on track with what I find to be the real core of my streaming. And I'm going to share one more thing. I'm sharing this in bits and pieces. Something I hope I will express in my my video state of the channel sort of thing is going to be this idea here of essentially what I'm doing. And I actually just added this. I don't tell anyone, but I recently I'm going to be announcing this in a bigger way, and it's going to be part of the state of the channel. But for the few of you who are here, you're going to hear it early. I've recently reworked my Patreon page. I'm going to be doing some more to it as well. Pink Pearl, yes! Hi, Pink Pearl. You're getting some serious talk here. You certainly are, Pink Pearl. Welcome. How are you? So I was about to say, one of the things I wrote on my Patreon campaign page under the "What do you do?" heading is I think a little more focused, a little more refined way of thinking about what I'm attempting to do and what I want to do, okay? So let me run this by you and give me your thoughts. I want to know. What do you think? Does this sound right? Does this sound like what I have been doing, what I should be doing, what I'm capable of doing? Let me know. So, I share my passion for gaming history and the efforts of the industry and its fans. I do this primarily on Twitch and through my Discord server. While gaming is the common ground I connect with people on, I'm very interested in fostering a family-friendly and uplifting corner of the internet that is rooted in values such as the inherent dignity of all people. I pursue lots of different ways of doing this as I find my footing in this wide web, and I rely on your patronage to do so. Find out more about me at artofmana.com. Retro Edition, hey!
Thanks so much for hosting.
How's it going? Pink Pearl, thank you for that host. Shoot. Thank you so much. So what do you think? What do you think of that? Obviously, because it's on the Patreon page, I mentioned, you know, that it's through the support of people that can help me to continue to do this and pursue the avenues that I want to take. But I'm curious what you think about that balance between, you know, sharing gaming history and the efforts of the industry and its fans, as well as fostering that family-friendly community on the internet. Pink Pearl says, yes, sounds like what you've been doing. Awesome. Zizal says, I think that sounds great, very accurate. Retro Edition says, sounds great. Cool. Good. Because I think at the core, that's what I want to do. I want to work to... I watched the Mr. Rogers... I'll put that aside for a moment because Retro Edition just asked me a great question. Man, Retro Edition says, did you make it to PRGE, Portland Retro Gaming Expo, for those of you who might not know. Man, I wanted to see John Hancock's museum. I wanted to be there. The whole family, we all just got hammered with this cold. And we talked about it. We said it wouldn't have been smart. Wouldn't have been wise. You can still hear it in my voice. I'm still getting over it. So, yeah, I mean, I lost my voice. I had no voice at all. This last weekend, I was not feeling good. So, we canceled on it. Next year we'll go. But yeah, I was really disappointed in that. I think you went though. How was it? And then to untable my comment. So I watched the family and I, we sat down and we watched, what is it called? It's the Focus Films Mr. Rogers movie. More of a documentary. I think it's Won't You Be My Neighbor. Let me just take a look and make sure here. Yes, Won't You Be My Neighbor. Holy moly, I was bawling during this movie. It is so good. Please check it out. Mr. Rogers has always been someone I've looked up to for various reasons, but kind of hearing it and seeing it put into the words that and the context that it was in this film, I was really impressed, and I found a lot that resonated with me for content creation. And actually, something I've been thinking about is silence is important for me in my own life. I don't make a lot of room for it in my streams. Mr. Rogers was very keenly aware of the importance of silence, so I think I'm gonna have to consider that a bit more. But anyway, but there were so many wonderful things that he said, and he talked about the importance of the medium of television for a relationship, and I thought, wow, that's what I've connected with in Twitch, so it resonated with me. Anyway, so that's important to me. But then, somehow you got to wrestle with the reality of, someone who wants to do this more than they can when it's a very small part of their life and it's on the fringes of their free time, is going to have to grow. And someone who grows has a lot of numbers. A lot of numbers means it's harder to make those concrete relationships with people. So how can I make a community, or not make a community, but how can I help a community to form that is rooted in you know, some common values. Not that we all have to be the same. We can have different opinions and whatnot, but how can we hold something together that we can all use as our foundation? That's what I'm interested in. Anyway, Retro Edition says, I'm holding an upgrade for Baby Mana's Mario. Oh my gosh, Retro Edition. That's awesome. Dude, I still maintain I'd love to get together sometime outside of a convention. Let's try and make that happen. Maybe we can do a little trip somewhere, meet up somewhere. Maybe meet up for a little arcade gameplay in real life. That would be really fun. Show was amazing. It was so busy I couldn't shop other booths. Well, I mean, that's good. I assume you sold or traded a bunch of goods then? That'd be great. Yeah, but really cool. Well, everyone, I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me ramble a little bit about some of these big topics. I want to go back here for a moment and just mention a few of the big things that happened this stream. We had at the top of the stream, Not a Crafty username resubscribing for the 16th month. Wow, that is an OG subscriber right there. Not a Crafty username. Thank you so much. I know you're not here now. Thank you so much. We had Evil Guy with 300 bits, which thank you so very much for that. We had a very generous pledge via Patreon. So a new patron, thank you so much. That means so much. It is by far the most direct way and the best bang for your buck to support me financially. Thank you. Scooter with 525 bits. That's a lot of bits and a cool number. Dash Magnum resubscribing for 10 months. Boom, boom, almost to that 1 year mark. And then some hosts and lots of love in chat. Thank you so much. Retro Edition says, made some money, gave away an insane amount, especially to kids. Aw, dude, you are very kind that way. I love that you do that. Seriously, anyone here who is in the Pacific Northwest and who makes it to retro conventions, well, first of all, let me know because we need to meet up. Second of all, I think I found my new favorite booth. Retro Edition just has such a great booth. You can, by the way, see Retro Edition in my video that went out about the Cowlitz Gamers for Kids convention. Really cool guy, super awesome, super generous. I love how he handles the trades and the buying and selling of classic games. You can tell he is a collector who values video games, but does not value them above people, and that's clear just from what he said right now, and also from him giving Baby Mana that Mario plushie. So my suggestion is, if you're looking to to buy or sell some games, check with Retro Edition. I don't know if you want to send a link or anything like that, Retro Edition, or if you just want that to be a general shout out, but seriously, I know I'm very impressed. So I'm not just saying that. It's not too kind. You're seriously, you deserve those words because you are that kind. Now, I told everyone I was going to be done at 10:30 because my voice was shot, and look at me nearing that 11 o'clock hour. Everyone who's here in chat, if you are here in chat, please let me know. I'd love to know who has made it to the end of the stream. I never have done that before, and it just occurred to me literally just now how, I'd love to know that. I'd love to just kind of get a shout out. So Retro Edition is here, Zizal's here. What do we have going on? Do we have, Zizal, or Waz ended selecting start early. Retro Edition, I'm gonna do a little shout out here. No links right now, no problem, Retro Edition. Here's a shout out for something some of you may not know about. Shout out Selecting Start. Retro Edition, this is a brand new channel a group of us started. I stream to it right now mostly Mondays. Selecting Start is a family-friendly collaborative team of streamers who were focusing on Nintendo games, and basically working towards, you know, right now we're at daily streams. We're working towards like 24/7 streams. So we've got got some ways to go to get to 24/7, but we within a week crushed all of the goals to become an affiliate on Twitch. So we actually could apply for that right now. It's really cool. You'll see me on there. You'll see a lot of great streamers on there as well. It's family-friendly content all the time. So for anyone who does not know Selecting Start, if you want, check out that channel. Pull it up in a tab. That we've got some stuff going on. Let me actually go to the calendar, and I can tell you what I'm doing and what Selecting Start is doing, and we'll be wrapping this up very shortly. So we've also got Scooter, who's here. Perfect. We've got a few people. I think a lot of lurkers, which is also good. Not a problem. If you have fallen asleep to the stream, you're certainly more than welcome to do so. I don't think we're gonna do a raid tonight. We're gonna just wind it down, nice and easy. But tomorrow, this morning Pacific time, 4 a.m. Pacific time, check out Fuzzy of our speedrunner on Selecting Start. Will be speed running, I believe, Zelda: A Link to the Past. I could be wrong. It'll be a sleepy speed run. I love this. Last time he did this, it was fantastic. Then we have at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow, Ginny Gravity with some Animal Crossing, and 9 p.m. John Paul O'Keefe with some Super Mario Maker or Nintendo games. Might be Nintendo Online. And then I am going to do a Chill Mana stream on Friday where I will be playing Super Mario Maker. On Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. If you would like to come and join me, I sure would appreciate it, because I'm going to be reviewing a game, playing a game that I was provided for a review copy. It's only the second game that I've accepted, and I've only been offered a handful of games. But it's the second one I've accepted. It looks really interesting. Shape of the World, a procedurally generated experience type of game, and I love that it is procedurally generated. It's meant to be a different experience every time you play. So I think the best review I could do is to stream it live, show you all my reactions in real time, let you see all of that, and then maybe you decide to get it, and then I'd love to hear what your experiences were like. What did you find in the world that you shaped? So Shape of the World, that's Saturday morning if you want to catch me there. And of course, Selecting Start has more streams as well. Shoot, yeah. Retro Edition says, that's awesome, nice work. I'll definitely be tuning in more often. That would be great, Retro Edition. I know you're busy too, though. Don't feel obligated. I just want to share that with you. Evil Guy says, thanks for an awesome stream and amazing talk. Scooter says, what an awesome stream, buddy. Well, my friends, as always, do good and be well. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. Wait. Retro Edition says, I'd love to offer a game for a stream sometime. What? Retro Edition, let me know. One of these things I'm gonna have to figure out a way. People are now at a point. Look, this is another way. I hadn't really thought about this before. I guess it's because in my head it's a little bit, I can't believe it, but people are talking about games they want me to play, that they want to give me. Maybe I should set up a PO box, or offer an address that you can send me stuff like that. If that is something you're interested in, maybe I'll set that up. I don't know. But Retro Edition, what do you have in mind? And Zizal says, have a good night, Mana. Feel better. Dash says, have a great night, Mana. Thank you. Retro Edition. Thank you. Scooter says yes, set up a PO box. Oh dear. Oh dear. This might be a thing. But yeah, I am open to playing games. I have a, you know, in my own, yes, Scooter says I gotta get you Superman. That's right. So, yeah, I don't have that in my collection. So, another thing I could do, see, if I do that, I probably would make my physical games collection available online. It's easy to do because I have it. Right now, it's available for patrons, but maybe at some point I would make it public, or maybe you could DM me if you want to, if you're wondering if I have a game, or I don't know. Anyway, thoughts I hadn't considered, stuff I'm going to throw out there. Look, above all else, thank you for just tuning in. Thanks for your positivity tonight. It really helped me. I'm feeling sick, feeling a little down at times. You are awesome, and I appreciate you. So, for reals, do good and be well. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.